And they threatened his family. They threatened his kids.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had that from a direct source.
Wow.
So I'm just trying to say, like, we can give some people an out, right?
Yeah.
We can say, oh, you guys are all idiots. You never figured out that Charlie's the same Charlie from chapter 6 and the Judith Regan interview. Man, you guys are really dumb. I didn't figure it out either. So the only reason I knew it because they dribbled blood in the water, came to me and said, hey, you want to meet Charlie Ehrlich?
Yeah.
Okay. Dude, if this guy didn't talk, I'll be honest with you, if he didn't speak, no one would know. I mean, maybe somebody would have figured it out. Maybe you would have. I don't know. But up to 28 years, or it was 25 years when I met him, it's going to be 30 years soon. Wow. 30 years. No one would have figured. They didn't figure it out. Even the people that kind of knew, they won't talk. Yeah. They won't say anything. The Ippolitos, they won't talk. Wow. The OJ's best friends who kind of knew, they won't talk. Some of them are dead. So yes. Do 30 people know? Yes, they do. 30 people knew. They didn't talk. None of them.
Do you think as maybe, some of these older guys who were a bit more dangerous back then as they, I guess, sort of start dying, or I don't want to say like fade out, but more people will have the courage to come forward and go, hey, I know something about this. This is what's gone down.
I believe so. And, Charlie, when he came to us initially, said he was dying.
Yeah.
He told us he was dying. Well, I believed him at first, and then I didn't anymore after he was alive for 3 years.
Yeah.
That's not dying. And Joe Bonanno Sr. said he was dying too, and he lived 17 more years. Yeah. There was another mob guy told the judge, I'm going to die in 6 months. They let him out. He lived for 20 more years.
Wow.
You have to have your head, you got to be 10 steps ahead of them, right?
Yeah.
So if a mob guy comes to you and goes, yeah, I was there at the murders, I was with OJ. Yeah. Did you murder anybody, Charlie? Oh, I don't want to talk about it. Just take what he gives you.
Yeah.
If he's telling you he's there, just take it. The Irishman was similar. Frank Sheeran said he didn't kill Joe Gallo. They romanticize this. Did he kill Jimmy Hoffa? Maybe. I don't know. I wasn't there. Okay. He came forward as he was dying, saying, this is how Hoffa got killed. This is what we did with them. Right. Yeah. So I can't say if that's true or not. Hollywood takes liberties, obviously, right? Yeah. And that's okay. That's fine.
Yeah.
But so with Charlie and a lot of these mob guys, they want to talk. I know another guy's got a great story. I won't say, he gets mad if I talk about him.
Yeah.
These guys have great stories in New York and Brooklyn and the Bronx. And, they're trying to sell their stuff, and they come on podcasts and they want to boast their life, and that's fine. Yeah. If I said to you, Thomas, name me the top 5 American movies of all time, right? Yeah. 3 of those movies are going to be mafia.
Yeah.
Godfather,
yeah.
Goodfellas,
yeah.
Bronx Tale.
Yeah.
Maybe not Bronx Tale, but Goodfellas and The Godfather, you're going to say.
Yeah.
You won't even know it. And what are those movies about? The mafia.
Yeah, those 2 are in my top 5.
And they just redid The Godfather, the show, right?
Yeah.
The Offer, and they're showing come on, man. Like it's
yeah.
they're doing Vito Genovese and Frank Costello, right? Yeah. Robert De Niro is going to play them both.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Yeah. So, I mean, people used to tell us Hollywood, they're all liars, a lot of them. And they would be like, nobody wants any more mafia.
Yeah.
Nobody wants any more mafia movies. That's what they said to me. And I'm like, I would go home from these meetings because I've done some stuff. I won 2 Emmys. I've done some stuff in Hollywood that I'm proud of. I don't drive a Lamborghini. You don't know my name. I don't got 10 girlfriends on my arms. Look where I'm at.
Yeah.
Okay. So I didn't make it, and maybe I'm disgruntled, but that's okay. That's the best type of whistleblower.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right? That's the best one.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, my point is, it's like, I would go home and I would tell this friend of mine, he says, I had a couple wealthy friends, And they'd be like, what'd they think of the mob movie over at Paramount? And I'm like, yeah, I took that pitch meeting. They said they don't want any more mob movies. And he's like, what are you talking about? I go, well, no, it makes sense. They've done that genre over and over again. He goes, dude, they'll never stop doing mob movies. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Ever. They'll never stop. The murder, the secrecy, the drugs. There's all these different angles of them. Sammy the Bull wants to do his movie. Francis wants to do his movie. Calandra.
Yeah.
They're always pitching them. Like, so it kind of dawned on me. I was like, oh God, you're probably right. But I stopped pitching. I don't pitch the movie anymore. I took a swing on it for 2 years. We did have an offer at a major studio, and they tried to like cut me out of the deal. Like, again, disgruntled. So I just was like, man, you guys just, I'm done, man. I'm just done with these people. But this is my chance to kind of not stick it to them, but kind of use the OJ Charlie story to kind of expose Hollywood's fantasy train that they use and their fakeness pretty much. So maybe this was all meant to be.
Yeah, maybe. I think it's good that you're doing it. Are you able to say what you won the Emmys for?
Yeah, I won 2 Emmys.
Wow. What was that for?
I did a commercial and a TV show with Fox.
Wow.
And I also won the Cannes Showcase, which was a short film showcase in France, Paris, or not Paris, Cannes. Yeah, I have a bunch of trophies. We won Sundance. I had many partners. I've done a lot of films, TV shows, commercials. I don't really try to boast or you can't really toot your own horn because then you're arrogant, even though Hollywood can do it.
Yeah.
He's a 2-time Emmy winner. They can do it. But if you or me, if we say we won an Emmy or Cannes, you're arrogant, you're an asshole. So I don't even like to talk about it too much, but I'm proud of the things I've done, and I'd like to do bigger things in the future. I feel there's a lot more that I can do.
Yeah, for sure.
I wasn't the lead person on the Emmys. They're teams. A lot of us are on teams. It's not one person that makes a movie or writes a script or produces something. They're teams of people.
Yeah. No, for sure. I think you'll do something awesome, man.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
That's real good. That's like those achievements there. I'd be so proud of it, man. That's cool.
Yeah.
What advice would you have for someone who wants to get into the investigative life like yourself? Like if you're giving someone yourself, when you first started, if you had to give yourself advice, what would you be saying?
Well, I don't need to give it to myself. I'll answer your question straight away of, if I was to advise someone in Hollywood, or you mean investigating who like true crime or wanted to be kind of a sleuth? You mean?
Yeah, I guess, that's that one. Like the true crime and investigating more like what you do.
Sure. Open your heart and your mind first. Be spiritual. Don't be so technical. Because I'm going to tell you right now, you're not going to find the evidence you want to find. And you're going to think you have evidence. There's blood there. It matches the guy. Okay. That's good evidence, right? That's circumstantial evidence. That's good. But don't harp on it. Okay. You have to, when you go into a case, you need to live the case. You need to be the victims. See it through their eyes. Okay. A lot of true crime people, podcasters, journalists, movie producers, they steal dead people's stories and tell them for themselves. And I'm not saying they don't have a place. I usually say the 50-50 rule. 50% they're trolling the murder, 50% they're trying to help. So if a producer goes and does the Gabby Petito story and makes $1 million as the producer, did they help Gabby Petito? They help themselves, right? Did they tell a story that may help someone heal? Maybe. So there's like a half and half, right? But my advice to anyone that wants to be an investigative producer, a journalist, a reporter, tell the story for the victims. Get inside their shoes first, and then go in the killers. So you have this massive spectrum, right? The victim, the murderer. Get right in both of them. And everything will kind of meet in the middle for you.
Wow. Yeah, that's good advice.